Well, hello there, and welcome to an exciting, well, potentially exciting. We don't know yet. We haven't watched it, but game 2 of this series between Beats from the East and 2 Infinity and Pgog. I am Dante. Got homemade beer versus Relkin, and I got Act the Boker with me. How's it going, man?
Dude, doing awesome. Kind of wish you'd stop talking because I'm jamming out to this music right now. It's pretty pog. I'm kidding.
Good. It is good. Big shout outs to Werf for tracking for us tonight. Werf's going to be updating things literally a little bit as soon as this log drops and these guys go. It's going to be, this is that thing where they've got somebody in their ear talking to them saying, hey, this is where this is. Go here. Stop wasting time. And yeah.
And it's their pilots. It's not us that are telling them that. They're not listening to us tell them.
It would be bad if they were.
It would be bad for them, truth be told, probably. But
yeah. All right, we are off. 3 bombs already, and all right. So Relkin's gonna save and quit, do something a little different, and Beer is off to the races.
Yeah, I mean, there's a nice, isn't that like the best item you'd hope that maybe second best item you'd hope to find in Pilot Spoiler? It'd be like a couple of bombs because it kind of saves that original, navigation for resources.
Yeah, it would be kind of nice to have that. You don't have to sweat it too bad. It's something kind of like off the pilot's mind that early, but we are off to Kakariko for both players, it seems. We'll see if Relkin decides to go to Kak or if he's gonna head up. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview, like we said, game 2 here. Beats from the East are boots. All right, game's playable. We love to see that.
Look at that. Number 1, number 2 items in the first 2 chests.
You take those. So. We love 1-minute boots.
Now,
yeah.
I did have a hypothetical question for you. Something I was thinking about. Like,
I'm about it.
Obviously, you have the runner as a very, very execution-based oriented position. Then you have the pilot. A lot of multitasking. Quick thinking. Routing, strategic mind. Which position do you think is more important? Let's say you had like the best runner in the world going against the best pilot. Who wins?
It really just depends on which one's the weakest. Like if there's a weak runner, it could be a problem.
First best pilot and second best runner versus, the inverse of that. Who wins?
Ooh. Assuming they play their perfect game.
Uh-huh.
And
none of them is airy. Okay. I don't know if that changes anything.
It's so hard to say because sometimes there's some really easy seeds, and then there's some that just have these huge catch-22s. If we're talking a seed like that, man, like the pilot, the best pilot might be able to eke out a little bit of time save.
And honestly, I agree with you 100% on that. I kind of asked you a loaded question with no preparation there, but yeah, some seeds can be a little bit more straightforward, and then you can just let your pilot literally have wings and take off. But other times, noticing you can save those extra couple of screen transitions that might be a little convoluted. Like it can make all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really can. Sometimes you just get a hook shot in the back of the tavern. Falcon running around, getting his steps in for his Fitbit, and saving and quitting. So off he goes. Looks like he may be headed to Hyrule Castle as well. Beer already getting ready to check Uncle here.
Yeah, a little bit different now. We got bombs and hookshot. Hookshot is a wonderful weapon against those mini Moldorms. And then hookshot, also allowing you to not lose time doing the stam transition as well.
Yeah, assuming you get it first try. Yeah, Relkin got it. What a gamer.
Never a doubt.
I've messed that up more in 2023 than I care to admit.
Same, brother, same.
So a little bit of divergence, but we're getting a glove for Relkin at the dam. That's good. That's part of our Dark World access, potentially. Haven't seen any CT smalls, so maybe we don't have to worry about Aga today. I'm hoping not. Let's look at the log and make sure that lumberjack tree is nothing. All right, well, I'm not saying it. Never mind. I'm bad.
What? No, I gotta look now. You know.
Well,
I don't look at the log,
where's
not
the
because
shovel?
I don't like to. It's just that I can't read.
Okay. We don't have to do aga. That's good, but we're never getting silvers. So.
Okay, so silvers are behind the shovel on the tree. All right. I don't know, man. Maybe it'll be a time save. It's not going to be a time save.
Yeah, it's not. Nah. All right, Relkin, got to be a little careful here. Crabs do 2 hearts of damage currently.
He's got blue mail though. Look at him.
Well, no, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It's a sword in escape.
Yeah, you're right. He does not have blue mail.
Using some iframes. I like it. I like it. This is kind of smart.
Yeah, just like real life. You take a dip in the water real quick, you'll pop right out, and nothing will be able to hurt you.
I need to try that.
Yeah, just try it. Okay, and we get a sword out of... yeah, that looked like... Was that the boomerang chest in Hyrule Castle, and then the other sword over there in Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, we did, and that's the Master Sword already, so you love to see that. Maybe we'll hit Sword Go mode, as people like to call it, with Tempered, sooner than later, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about not getting silvers, but like we don't know where our Dark World access is yet. So you do aga, like all of a sudden maybe shovel the silvers. It's still a little bit of a commitment, but like man, you could get it really early. It's an interesting conundrum.
Well, something's got to be in Eastern. I haven't checked there. And I guess something's in Agina too. Like we're just going to like these completely opposite places that feels so weird to be at. So, with spoilers, something's there. Yeah.
Just gotta, go run around to all the opposite points of the world, get our dark.
Oh my god!
Sword. Very interesting.
Let's
okay,
go.
and there's a pearl. Oh. Okay.
I mean, this is kind of fun, yeah, but like at the same time, it's also like super. It's probably a little overwhelming for the pilots still. 6 minutes in, you haven't really found any like sweet
surprise
yet. Yeah, love when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, like the pilot perspective is so bottlenecked at the start. They have to sift through all of this stuff. And when you have seats like this too, where the runners get boots so early as well, they move a lot faster, and that puts even more pressure on the runners to figure out the next route. Normally, you like to send them off to an early dungeon, and that way you can kind of piece things together. But they're not getting that luxury this seed so far.
Yeah, very true. All right, so we're going to continue on in Eastern, so I'm assuming something else is here besides just that Moon Pearl. Meanwhile, Beer has decided we're heading up the mountain. We did get a lamp. I think that was pretty early. We did get Quake on Relkin's side, as well as that Ice Rod. Maybe both of those were in Mini Moldorm. May have missed that.
Yeah, I think that was over there. And then we had the Canis Mario on Homemade Beer's side. That was in the back of Escape.
Yeah. I think what's so cool about Spoiler, like from the commentary perspective here, is like they constantly pull progression. It's like this massive rush of dopamine for chat the whole time.
Yeah, you're right. There's not that point where we've already seen one go to Swamp and then the other goes to Mire, then the other one's going back, and you're just like, what am I going to talk about? It's always exciting and fresh.
All right, so we are getting. Oh my god, that's the 4th sword. Okay. All right, so all 4 swords available in the Light World.
What's crazy too is that we've seen 4 swords and they each have collectively 2 different swords each.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't think you would see that very often.
Nah. All right, Beer gonna hover this. I guess nothing's in the 2 chest room. Nice job there.
Well, he's cheating. He's got wings on his sprite. It's like free. Because he's a chicken. Yeah.
Chickens can flutter a bit. Oh, mitts. Okay, GT small, we'll take those 2. And Skullwood small. I mean, you don't turn that down. I don't know if the heart piece was worth it, but if health is bad, then probably is. So,
What else was in Escape over here? Oh, there was a key in here. Okay, so there's a key and then there's a tempered sword.
Mhm.
Gosh, I forget about the keys. I can't keep track of all this. I'm too old for this, Davey.
And that's why we got Werfjig. Like
Oh,
Werf
man.
is clicking the buttons and marking all this stuff. It's wild.
All right, well, I'm questioning what I remembered now. But, you know, again, I've already stated I'm old, so you can't judge me.
And our hairs are graying as we don't know things anymore about this game. The old boomers.
Now, interestingly enough, I could look at the log myself, you know, and piece together an alpha route, you know, with my combined knowledge. But Homemade Beer, he's going to get his Moon Pearl in Eastern. Now, if there was something on Dark Death Mountain, you think you would have probably wanted your Moon Pearl prior to going up there. Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume there's probably not anything, but maybe it'll be something they can just like pick up on the way.
And then yeah, Relkin went to Boomerang Chest. It looked like just to get a sword. Well, I mean, I guess there's some stuff at Uncle maybe. So you get to decide whether or not that sword is a little bit more quicker than going to Agina. And I mean, I have no idea which one's better. But it's interesting to think about.
Yeah, I mean, you get the flute maybe, then like Beer can go get the one.
We will be getting
the one. I mean, yeah, well, he's getting the one here too. So I guess it doesn't. Oh, he's bailing. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like he probably just wants to get the one from Ice Red Cave.
That makes. I think that makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, a lot of transitions, you know, in these underworlds here. That's kind of why I was wondering, you know, what was better, Agina or Boomerang Chest of Escape?
Makes sense.
But then
Well,
you're like,
South Shore-
you know, I'd be like, just get all of them, and then like I don't have to worry about you know, embarrassing myself on Ganon and.
Kind of the thing we don't think about a lot when we watch two runners do things, and then we think, oh, that's more optimal. Like the pilot sees swords, and it's like, hey, go here. You're close to this. Do it. I need time. So you know, it kind of works out. But Ice Rod there for Beer. A couple more bombs to open her up. Does not have Quake. Maybe not needed.
If Quake is not needed, I'm very impressed with the pilot being able to relay that information. I would just like grab everything.
Not needed. Yeah, Bombos and Ether are the two medallions we need today. Bombos for TR and Ether for Meyer. So
that's some very efficient piloting.
So we've got Will WC for 2 Infinity and Pgog piloting Relkin, and we've got Moogle Charm piloting Homemade Beer over on Beats from the East.
Okay.
I mean, Moogle's. I know Moogle's done a couple of one actually, both of the spoiler pilot. I'm saying it wrong, but spoiler pilot tournaments, piloting Gamma, I believe.
Okay.
So
decorated then. Awesome.
So yeah, he does the stuff. Will does as well. So I mean, like I knew coming into this, like this is gonna be a really good race.
So, wait, are you trying to tell me that in this race, we have the #1 pilot going against the #1 runner? Because obviously Relkin's the #1 runner. That's just that's a no contest. I'm not talking between these two. I'm talking about, like, everyone.
I mean, Relkin's been playing really well lately.
He's the best.
Okay, all right. It's hard to quantify best, but sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, here's this Dark Death Mountain plan. I'm kind of curious what we're going to peek over here, because allegedly we could have had this maybe a little bit earlier.
Right, but we do have Dark World access. There is Pod Key #1 for Homemade Beer. I mean, if this is, like I said, if this is something you can kind of get on your way to TR, then that's like huge. Okay, that's Ether, and that's going to be needed for Meyer. So it'll be depending on when we go to Meyer.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah, to be determined, but wait, there's more. We have Hookshot Cave. We're going in.
Big key on Stumpy for Thieves Town, and we have the Smith already. Flippers up here.
Okay.
We see Swamp is a pendant, so not sure if we need that. TR small as well. Always nice to see one of those. Bugnet for, you know, just in case.
I mean, that's pretty convenient to get if you needed it then, because Bugnet grabbing like that fairy in a bottle right on the way to Ganon's tower. That's a very nice safety to get, because you tend to avoid a lot of that stuff. You know, we're trying to go fast. We know where all the items are. Those heart containers, heart pieces, they can be low priority sometimes.
Yeah. I am curious if those flippers are even required. Like I said, I haven't really looked, but we got Swamp and Ice as pendants today. So,
Okay.
you know, trying to think of what would require that, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much something in Swamp. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, just, you know, dumb stuff too, like having, say, like Hammer over in the pod area as well. Saves you from having to do that bomb jump, which, you know, I'm sure they're perfectly fine doing it, but...
All right, Beer turned in the Smith. Did he actually get the item? We may be just making a purple chest play here.
I'll be honest, I wasn't paying any attention at all. I was just watching Relkin move, because he's the best runner.
All right, chat informed us he did not get the item, so probably a purple chest play. But we are in Thieves Town now, and this is a crystal. Got that big key just a moment ago at Stumpy, so let's see if there's anything here worthwhile, or if it's just going to be a crystal time. No, key time. Another pod.
There's at least some amazing music here. We did find that.
Yeah, I'm about this.
Sim shoes are so good. Definitely one of my favorite additions. All right.
All right, a little indecision, but that's not uncommon in, you know, spoiler pilot occasionally.
I mean, Thieves Town finally is like the first dungeon that we're actually presumptuously going to do to conclusion here. So this is the first time our pilots have actually had like a break to, like, you know, calm down and just have a couple of seconds to really think out a methodical route.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I mean, Relka just got powder. Bro, where's he going?
He's got flippers, man.
Are we
going to Catfish?
Is this what the plan was? This if so, this is kind of amazing. I don't know if it's faster, but the thought process is pretty good.
I mean, if you got to make a trip over to Catfish, like, it's never there's never a convenient way to get over here, unless we could like overworld glitch off the side of Turtle Rock. I don't think they let us do that though.
No, they don't. They frown upon it unless you play one of those special tournaments that allow it.
Oh, well, I don't like that one because everyone's really good at doing those glitches, so it's even harder to win, so it's less fun.
I'm just stuck in a wall while, you know, they're at the finish line. I'm like...
Wait, you mean you get these things on first try? Messed up.
All right, so this definitely is the Catfish play. So let's see what we got. Nothing else. We forewent the item in the attic on Beer's side, but $20 for the stun prize. Mario looking like he's gonna puke. Got a green face right now. Ooh, there's a shovel. Okay.
Dainty, I have a question to ask you about something we talked about at the beginning part of this scene.
Yeah, sure.
So there was a shovel on Lumberjack, also on Catfish.
No.
Did you have to do
no.
one to do that Catfish, or?
There's a bow on Lumberjack.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I understand now.
So as we get a bow on Relkin's side, we get a blind fight on Homemade Beer's side.
So we had progressive shovels on then. That's why Catfish gave us the shovel into the bow.
Yes. That is. We'll go with that.
I think I got it now. You know, this game changes a lot. It's really hard to keep up.
Solid fight there from Beer, getting Crystal 1 at the 18-minute mark. So 1 out of 7 down.
Striking first too. Relkin turning in the Smith. We'll see if
let's see if he goes in. No, he don't. All right, this is a purple chest play. You think we're gonna get? I mean, I honestly haven't looked. You think we're gonna get the mirror? Like they didn't do this with the mirror, so
Seems pretty unlikely, I would imagine. Like they both of them like really planned that in. Oh my god, this music. Used to be scared of that, Woods. I don't know why after listening to that.
Yeah, it's like, sure. All right, so what is in Skullwoods? Ooh, bombos. Okay. So, no fire rod?
Yeah, no fire rod. Very interesting. Well, I mean, Bombos, that's gonna open up some more items. Man, we don't have that hammer yet. You know what? I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna look. I'm so curious. I found the hammer. I know where it's at. I'm not telling you though. Secret.
You're laughing. I'm guessing we're about to get it.
Yeah, it might not be too long of a secret, but yeah, I'm still not gonna tell you though. Yo, nice god
right.
pixel there.
I mean, you said Relkin a little while ago. You said with your own mouth, he is the best. So
yeah, to everyone. So I wasn't dabbing on beer. I was dabbing on the entire community. I just want to make that very clear.
all right, so
that's all right because he's going up against the best pilot, so we get to see which one's better.
your whole hypothetical is coming to pass.
Yeah. That's why I asked. I was curious. I was curious who you were gonna pick. And you, did the right thing
All right,
by
there it
staying
is.
neutral. But yeah, there's our hammer on purple chest. Makes sense why they went and did it that way. Kind of interesting to do it that way. Oh man, this is really tough to route. Like, go to catfish, come back, get your bow, or do purple chest. Now you have the hammer. You can do catfish that way. I don't know what's better. Breaking news, our tracker has informed us that Relkin may have skipped a pod key in the front of Thieves Town.
Well, he did get one in Pipe Cave, and it looks like
maybe he won't need it.
Skipping that, so they maybe only need 2.
We'll have to find out on that one. Could be a developing epidemic. We'll have to see.
All right, TR Small on the pyramid. Relkin in his blind fight now. They say this is a scripted fight, and I know Relkin runs NMG. We saw Beer do it. It's on script. Oh, this is a little scary.
Ooh, baby, yeah, that was just how they drew it up. I definitely did not clinch at all during that one. Wowzers.
Well,
right. No harm, no foul. We are alive. Did we get a fairy in a bottle too? Am I misremembering that?
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I think I saw one, so I shouldn't have been so scared.
Oh, Werf in chat telling us, our tracker, keeping us in check, saying that we do have one. So, okay, Relkin. All right, he's gonna take the chest to Skullwoods. It looks like this is probably for the Bombos play.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea you could do this. I can never remember how the iterations work on this because I've been through so many changes of how it works in my day that I just play. I'm just like, don't bother, just don't do it. Oh, you can jump down. You could always jump down.
Yeah. All right, there's the bow for Beer.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. But you couldn't walk into the door, right? Is that
Nope.
a thing still?
You can't walk in the door, so he's probably gonna get this, hit the save and quit. Yeah, and then he's going to be off to turn that in for his hammer.
Second, smart, man. That's smart. I always forget about that.
So, are we going to TR? We said, Bombos was TR. We've got a cane. We've got the Bombos.
Yep.
We got 2 keys.
Yeah.
And we don't have a fire rod though.
Nope.
So is fire rod? I mean, Fire Rod could be in TR. It's much more common in. All right, I'm looking. Hang on.
No, I'm looking.
Okay, well this seed's stupid. All right, where's the? Hang on. This is why I've been bad at piloting.
Yeah, now we gotta. Yeah, I know. What are you looking for? A small key to Turtle Rock or something?
Yeah, I think. Okay, so they're gonna. There's one. All right, the two that they each have were different, so they're gonna have 3. They're gonna actually both be able to, when they get up here, clear Turtle Rock. So now that we've kind of had 20 more minutes for this to play out, 10. You know, you mentioned the Dark Death Mountain play. Putting it off, it actually
looks great. Yeah.
No, it looks as though like it's panning out kind of nice for here, because like what I'm seeing in TR, like it kind of negates it almost, you know?
Yeah, because they're gonna go up and Fire Rod being in TR and then getting your 3rd small key so you can actually complete it. It wasn't necessary to come up here, you know, and get those items early.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that #1 pilot, you know, showcasing. So it's going to be up to Relkin to showcase some of his #1 running execution to you know, try and make up the difference.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I think I'd have done the same thing that, you know, To Infinity and Pgog did, like from the piloting side, because I would have been like, okay, you're here, let's grab this while I have more time to try and formulate things. So just being able to process it so quickly. Nice Waffle House there from Relkin to get through. So we're pretty even right now as far as like what has been checked. So I would say that, you know, there's a significant advantage right now to Beats from the East as far as like with the way their routing's worked out. So there's the answer to your question, Ak, right now, at least, you know, at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah. Just the couple of differences too that you will see is that Relkin did get that safety powder from Hype Cave, so obviously lost a little bit of time there. And then Beer is still also going to have to backtrack to Super Buddy and get Ether. But both of those combined, it does seem like, you know, Team Beats from the East, I would say they're a little bit ahead here for sure. That's my take on it. And boy, like, don't really take it with a grain of salt if that... I don't know what the heck I'm talking about half the time.
Don't take Ak serious ever.
Please. Better for everyone. It's still we're still sitting on that green mail, like 6 hearts.
This is not NMG loadout, so you can die very fast here.
There's a lot of heavy hitters here in this dungeon, you know, you gotta be a little careful. Ooh, nice little chomp dash. Love to see it.
Yeah, Beer erring on the side of caution here. Didn't get the favorable RNG to, you know, get rid of those pokies quickly. So instead of potentially taking some damage, I respect the idea there. Just use the bombos. Especially like at this point, if your pilot's kind of formulated the route, if you're not watching the restream, that is allowed on these spoiler ones, then, you know, maybe your pilot is, and he could tell you, hey, you know, you got maybe a little cushion. So, you know, don't do anything stupid.
Don't do nothing crazy, you know. All right.
So Fire Rod there, that's going to give us what we need to finish this dungeon out.
Yeah, then after that, we just, what are we looking for? We need like a mirror. We're going to need a pod big key, a desert big key. GT
honestly,
big key.
we may not need the mirror, and we may not.
That's a great point.
We're going to need a desert big. All right, nothing on Laser Bridge. Interesting. So we got to get a flute, we got to get a desert big, and, you know, other than that, pod big.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's good.
This music, it's so catchy, man. All right, try next fight for homemade beer. got head 1 down. This fight, like, this is like the spoiler thing that can really go wrong sometimes. Gets phase 1 done pretty well. I think 1 hit might kill him here, so he's facing the other way. I'm a little scared, but he makes it very nicely done there for phase 2.
Yeah, that was an excellent TR performance from him. You get very little chance to make mistakes in this dungeon with Green Melon 6 hearts.
Yeah, absolutely.
We still have that token fairy too, so again, you know, we've been getting scared for no reason, but that, you know, it's just because we care for these guys. We don't want bad things to happen.
If you got a fairy, it's like having a couple drinks. You just got a little extra confidence. All right, we're going back in. Is something? I guess something's roller. Yeah, something's in roller room. Okay.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. A little awkward for him too. I mean, unless it's mirror or something like that, the two, he still has to leave this dungeon and go get super money. So he's gonna have to either die or, you know, walk out. I'm gonna assume die, but there'll be you know, some spikes here that'll hit us pretty hard. A book. Okay.
All right.
I don't know if we're gonna be seeing that mirror then.
It's possible, but
Oh right, yeah, and he can't use his fairy anymore because he had to do that death warp. Oh yeah. Good point. Good on him for remembering that as well.
All right, I guess like after Beer does Super Bunny here, and Relkin does Roller Room, we'll have an idea of what the gap actually is.
I mean, what? We're looking at like sub 20 seconds. Like,
yeah, it looked a little further than that. So about 30-42 looks like when he was saving and quitting there, and then
like 9 seconds.
9-10 seconds. Yeah. All right. This is close. I'm about it.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no, the Dead Rocks. Dude, why did Dead Rocks always bring the room down? Like, they're always in the way.
Oh wow. Okay, if we're doing it in this order, there must be something over on Ether Tablet, right?
Gotta be.
Yeah. Oh. Wow, how awkward.
I was peeking keys just to see like how weird things are, but like you were saying, there's a very solid chance we're not getting a mirror today. I haven't like fully fleshed it out, but
yeah, I was thinking book was maybe just going to be our way in the desert, but clearly there's something on Ether Tablet too, so that book might have had some other purpose to it as well. Because yeah, else they both would have done, you know, TR or Hera probably before TR.
Ooh, Wilkins going to Hera. I was so excited to figure out what the time difference was here.
Well, we can do it on flute turn-in. That'll be great, because I'm sure that's going to be like the destination after all this junk.
Probably so. All right, so Beer getting a little time back there, getting the hook speed pot like first try. Oh, we're using the bug net. All right, we're refilling it. Well, there's the big key to GT.
Okay, scratch that one off the to-do list.
Oh,
all right.
He's going back down. He realized he made a mistake.
That was just a bad Moldorm pattern. We're gonna reset the RNG on that one.
All right, Relkin had a little bit of a scare there. He was very near the center hole there, but does get the fight done. Getting a small key here. What is this? Meyer. That's gonna make Meyer a little nicer to route.
And whatever you do, don't save and quit before you get your flute. That would be huge time loss.
We get to hear this whistle track again.
It's so casual. As like, we're murdering a worm, yeah.
All right, Relkin's getting his flute. So Beer has a cutscene here. I think the actual trip back up, kind of those extra room transitions kind of are the difference now. So it looks like Pgog has slipped into, I hate to say the lead. Like,
No, it's a lead.
It's seconds though. It's so close.
That's a lead, Mister. I don't know where you come from.
All right, well, it's changed hands. How's that?
And so what Dainty said in my own words would be that Relkin, #1 runner, has taken a slight lead. Very, very slim though. I mean, anything can change this. And then again, don't know if it's gonna, help or not help, but Relkin does have that powder, so when he does his GT climb, he's gonna have that refill readily available for him. Beer can still get powder too.
I mean, keep in mind, Beer he took the time as well to get a fairy
too. But using a fairy takes a while.
True. Versus like making one. It's like if you just 3D print your own fairy, it works out kind of nice. All right, so we got
don't try to do it at
divergence.
home though. They don't have the same effect in real life.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Disclaimer. They make us say that, after that one person tried.
Yeah, never forget. All right, so divergence. I love divergence and I hate it in spoiler because I like to know how it goes.
I don't, because it's more fun because then we get to argue about who's ahead or who's not ahead. When in reality it's like a 10-second difference, but then we can just be like, I knew the whole time.
We have to. Well, you and me have to be civil about it. Like chat can argue about it.
You maybe. I have no contract obligations to be civil. it's sad because it's true though. That's the only thing. So what do you think we're gonna find over here? Nice. You could look.
Do you want me to?
No. I mean, you
all
can.
right, I'm not looking. Oh, armor! I'll take that. Okay. I know we didn't come in here just for that, though, did we? Okay, we're continuing. All right, so Beer does have the fairy. We talked about that. Just keep in mind, he's on green mail still, even though he's a chicken.
I'd say he's probably a little jealous of that armor right now. 2 hearts, man. You're getting one tap by a lot of things here in Skullwoods.
Yeah, including the moth. Like, he can take a spike hit, but anything with this moth is deadzo. But fairy, not too bad. What is this music for this fight? Is like way too happy. Oh my god, what a fight! I thought he only got 3 hits in.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
He got the double poke. That was very good.
All right, so armor and a desert big key there in ice. Desert big key being all the way in iced tea, but man, that blue mail being on the way is pretty nice. That crystal grab is the Picross music. I recognize that. I feel like I just solved the puzzle whenever he gets a crystal.
Yeah, nice.
Makes me feel happy.
You did it.
All right, we're popping into Meyer.
Well, Meyer's a crystal act, so we need to do this one. I think.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need to do it.
We talked about the thing where you jump off the mountain. You can't jump into GT either, so.
Okay. Again, that's not all right. That's not allowed. Yeah. So we're doing Meyer. Again, just doing these dungeons in a slightly different order, specifically so Dainty, Mr. I Have to Be Civil, won't have any idea how close or far away they are.
I'm gonna say that Fun's in the lead right now.
The Fun's in the lead? Yeah, I agree. The really sad part is I had to glance at both of their team names to see if I was missing the joke there, but I got it, and you know what? I agree with you. But I did do a double take there. You got me. All right.
All right, little stutter, but we're back. And Relkin doing cutscene chess. That's. I'd assume this is we're just in key mode, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I would assume Mirror is probably not. I don't know. Maybe Mirror is better here. That's a very interesting thing to think about.
if mirror leads to the final key you need, then it would
Well, I
make
mean,
sense.
like,
but
yeah, but what if it, like, getting into desert? Like, wouldn't it be a little bit better to get mirror here? You know?
Yeah.
Weird things to think about, but no.
all right,
it's like
it is the pod key. Yo, look at the blue chicken. I feel like I'm playing Ocarina of Time now.
Love the sprites, man.
Yo, if you saw a
That's pretty
chicken hammer
stupid.
dashing at you like that, like I think I'd be running.
Yeah. I'd just be using my 3D printed fairy to death warp and just go back home.
Wait, there's a desert pig.
Yeah.
And Relkin all the way to the back. I guess, you know, we are effectively go mode for Relkin now. Like we said, Beer already has an extra dungeon with Skullwoods done.
Doesn't that save them a flute too?
It does,
they turned
because
it
they
up
were
to it?
they were
Yeah.
already there. So, oh. So we do have a little bit of an issue here. That's a little time save potentially, with them doing desert first here. Because Relkin went straight in.
Yeah, that'll be like you know, one less save and quit there. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably not too bad.
Oh, this makes me nervous every time, bro.
You too? It's not just me. He's still got
Bro.
a fairy. But breathe, breathe. He's still got a fairy. I had to remind
No,
myself.
he
man.
don't have a fairy.
He
Relkin
don't have a
ain't.
fairy?
No.
Why not?
Dude, Airy can do this with 20 hearts, and it makes me tense up. Like, the fight is so cursed, but it works. Nice job there for Relkin.
He didn't have his fairy anymore?
No, he abandoned it, and well, they both abandoned their initial fairy. Beer was the only one to get another fairy.
Oh. Okay. Well, honestly, I like thinking that they had a fairy because I didn't have to get so nervous. Now I gotta get scared again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everyone's scared.
That was a sick fight, though. Like, you
Oh, yeah,
miss
for
time
sure.
one of those, and you get hit by the eyeball. Oh my god, you can just be dead before you realize what's going on, man. Number one does not need fairy. All right, you know what? I should listen to chat more often. Nah. All right, so he's going to desert. Well, I guess pod's gonna be our next convergence point. I don't know. Relkin might just go to pod next too.
If he does, I'm gonna be so confused.
I mean, it's pretty much the same.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, now if Will was smart, okay, and I
Uh-huh.
think he is, but I don't know if he's gonna pay attention to this.
He's
Ooh, they're getting
he's number two
burnout.
smart.
Oh, they did get burnout on
They-
the other
they-
side too. I missed this.
Yeah, they both got
So
burnout.
like the seed for bosses, like the RNG is seeded. So like you could see what that like Landmo pattern is, and you could warn your runner that hey, like
Yeah?
so it's like it's something to consider. I'm not gonna say what it was in case they're listening and hearing us say that now, but you know, you could have.
If they can make like useful, decisions based on the information, like power to them, man. That is
yeah.
impressive. I will say from experience, like I did, in one of the co-op seeds that we did, my partner told me like, hey, for this Aga pattern, make sure you stand in kind of like the second most upper left tile, and I was like, brother, I don't care. So if someone were to give me such information like that, it would just do more harm than good. There is such thing as too much information, at least for me. But yeah, that's why I'm a noob. That's why I'm not number one runner.
It's true. All right, really good Meyer 2 there from Beer. Let's see how this fight goes for Relkin. All right, he squeaks out the one cycle.
I heard
So,
Will. You could hear Will too through. He was like, "Go to the left." You could hear him through the mic, so that was good on him.
All right, so we've got a long Skullwoods trek and a pod trek for these guys. See which one Relkin does next. Please do Skullwood so we can see. Thank God. All right, we'll know.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see a sword up timer on Helmosaur, start your timers. That's going to be our converging point, I imagine. Unless something like really crazy happens that we don't know about, I don't see anything left. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all execution from here. So, you know, the pilot at this point potentially is just like, I'm looking for heart containers. You know, like they're not anywhere good. So, good luck.
Yeah.
You're just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, and judging by how close this is, like when you finish your last dungeon 2, it can be like, hey, do I have time to go get a bottle? And I guarantee you the answer for both of them is going to be no.
Yeah.
Because this is very, very close right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, don't forget, Beer had a really fast moth fight here. RNG, I guess, favorable to do it. You know, so we'll see how Relka does here. You know,
Do you think Will can give him like advice on where to stand on Moth based on? Oh, okay.
No, I think Moth's initial movement is seated, but I also think that the platform itself is not seated. So like the platform could go a different way.
Okay, fair.
It's really dumb.
You know, a little bit of credit to that desert first place was they get Berna for the Vitreous fight, and that's kind of a pretty nice safety to get.
It is. Speaking of nice, that was a nice fairy.
Fairy. Heart. Oh, God. He was like surrounded by Vitreous's children. That was so scary.
Yeah, he was a little deep, but both runners out of here just fine. Man, you know, if we were at the in-person event doing commentary, we'd be like grasping each other's hand, almost trying to like make sure they're not.
I would have been
here.
holding your hand, and like you would have been holding my hand too. And I don't know if you've seen like how Jack Dainty is, but like I would have been hurting, man. Gosh, he's got an iron grip.
All right, so entering the portal here at 4603 on Relkin's side. We'll see where Beer enters, and then that's kind of going to be our tale of what the difference is. But it looks to be right, I'm going to guess 20, a little less than 20 seconds, yeah.
Now, like 20
18.
seconds, is that even reasonably made up with how much game we have left? Can you actually make up 20 seconds in GT, Dainty?
So, if your theory of number one runner is true,
no, I was...
then no. But if I'm being actually not joking, so like at this point, this is where you just have to not make mistakes. There's a lot of opportunities to make mistakes still. So, you know, if Relkin makes them, then Beer's in this, you know, for sure. So, like, this is why you always keep your foot on the gas, as they say, and see what happens.
Yeah, just for comparison, comparing, you know, Ares GT splits compared to mine, we can make up minutes in GT, so there's definitely time to gain or lose in that dungeon.
Yeah, we did see that Relkin does have a fairy, so he can be a little fast and loose and go as fast as he wants to here.
I mean, like, dying with a fairy, though, that's almost like 20 seconds in itself.
Yeah, it ain't quick. I mean, it's better than like going back to the beginning of the dungeon.
Yeah.
But
losing by, you know, 1 second or 2 minutes, it doesn't matter.
True. The Beer was like on the perfect pixel there. It may have been the sprite messing with my eyes, but man, he was like perfectly lined up for that sword beam. Very nice.
Good turtle room there from Relkin.
Those turtles are feisty, man.
Yeah, they do suck. I hate those turtles.
Oh, we got the cane dash from Relkin.
Okay.
What's good about this seed, like not having the mirror, you don't have to worry about like accidentally quick swapping to it and ruining your day.
That's true. Does Cane Dash save you time? If he takes no damage here, wouldn't refilling his magic take longer than getting the key dash?
I am not the person to ask that question to.
I want an answer right now.
Chad, help us out. Wait, what is this music? I heard that guitar. I thought it was the Power Ranger theme song. But it's not.
It's like the first actual boss music in this dungeon. Or in this MSU. Everything else has been elevator music.
4903 for Relkin. Solid fight there from Beer as well. Oh, baby. We swapped to F-Zero. Let's go.
It looks like we're going to be just hanging right on that 20-second margin. 27 seconds? Okay.
Rocket gained a little bit of time there, but it's still very marginal, so...
He's already down 2 hearts.
Yeah, I feel like with this music, now I'm conditioned to think that, like, 99 Dead Rocks are gonna, like, you know, come out and, like, they're gonna be in my way.
Yeah, if you've already lost the seed, you can be a Dead Rock to get in the way of your opponents. The 99, A Link to the Past, rando seeds win. Oh boy, that sounds awful.
Okay, I'm not about that.
I don't know. I think I'd make a pretty good Dead Rock.
Alright, so 1 GT small here for Relkin, so I can't fathom anything he's gonna grab, you know, to in GT. So we know where the 4th sword is. We know where the 4th sword is. We know where the silvers are being on Lumberjack. So I think he's gonna go straight up with the 1 key. Both players have the key too, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, you definitely just go straight up with the key. I mean, gosh, like, you know, even a heart container in Hope Room doesn't even seem worth it.
Nah. You know, if you're like just getting onto the the portal in TR room, or, like,
yeah.
Maybe it's worth it.
He's just going into pod, yeah, or something, you know.
Yeah, okay, Relkin, okay. I was about to say, doing the 2 heart strat, damage strat there. And you talked about how slow ooh, that's a heart. So that's a good pack to have. You were talking about if they use that fairy, how much time it could end up costing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like same strategy from, no. Gonna elect to take the 3 hearts. Probably because this pilot was telling him, hey, you're gonna get a heart from the mimics, don't worry about it. I'm sure they're... Oh my god, he got 2 hearts.
That's baller. I think Relkin got Cannonball Z, so shout out to that. Dashing through the Cannonball room.
#1 runner, man!
I really don't know if he got it. I missed it. He just did it so fast, I assumed he did.
Yeah, that's fine. He got it.
All right, getting a little extra magic, but at the cost of a heart. Beer at just 1 heart down. This room always scares me, man, in spoiler.
That was a little annoying. Zazek there hanging out in that bottom right corner.
All right, magic, something to keep an eye on here. We do not have a bottle. So we do have a lamp, so things could be fine.
Relkin giving up the pilot advantage by coming to Landmo 2 first. So now the other team knows the pattern. So giving up a little secrets there. So he did get a 2 cycle.
It's going to be hard to get a 1 cycle on this pattern, I think.
A little gross.
Doable. Gets it
Easy
nice.
money. Yeah, man. They're both screen sniping each other, you know? They're stealing the pilots are stealing the patterns.
Stealing the goods.
I really hope that's true. That would be like the most amazing way for this game to evolve.
I feel like Moogle, oh god. I feel like Moogle's, I mean, I've done that. Like, I did that in one of our league races with Matt, but like, I think Moogle's gonna do something like that because I know he's smart enough to. Oh no, Relkin's gonna lose time here. He went up without the magic refill, so he's got to go get it. Another couple room transitions.
I was a little confused. I thought I was about to learn something I'd never seen before, but yeah, he did have to go back and get that magic.
Yeah, he's like, all right, watch this. Oh, he doesn't have a key.
Now he's got to go back and get the key. He's just giving.
Oh, this is so close, bro.
Giving Beer. We are like a room away.
All right, so Relkin can use his powder here. I mean, is Boulder going to decide this crap? Jesus.
A fall would most certainly change the tides of this race, but he did not fall.
I mean, Ganon's not going to be like, oh, Beer.
That chicken can fly. He's hovering. He's going for it.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh
hey,
my God,
he saved some time there. Oh man.
You got to play to your win condition. You know where your opponent's ahead of you.
Male chicken those cojones to do a hover in this situation. My gosh. A blue one at that. I'm impressed.
That was good. And then you're giving up the advantage here. No, I don't know how quick you'll be able to get the info. It's so close now, as far as like Aga 2 patterns. Okay. Oh, Beer gets a triple.
But there is a blue ball, so
okay, yeah, it's gonna be 3 regardless.
Holy bananas. Alright,
that's
Beer's hitting the
Beer.
extra cycle, on Aga.
Bro, I love watching races like this. It's like so close. Come on, Beer.
Alright. The hover did save him some time, but those 2 extra Aga cycles most certainly validated that time.
I mean, honestly, win or lose, that's play of the game, because that is literally knowing you are behind and doing it stone cold.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, just looking at the face of death there, like, we gotta do it.
Looks like we are in the good spot here to not give up any extra time on an extra Aga cycle here. What is this Ganon text? Did take a bad hit, but that's okay.
Yeah, it kind of gets rid of your, I don't want to say advantage, but like your little bit of leeway. We got the fairy, but man, that's Omega slow. You don't have fairy time now. These warps are going to be seeded.
All right. Broken on the phase 4. Did get his first spin. Did get his torch go. Oh, just barely missing that spin there. The Beer is still going to be like basically 5 spins behind here. It's going to be tough to make up this time. You're looking for help if you're on Beer's side. If you're Relkin, you're just trying to solidify your status as number 1 runner.
And we're probably, we're going to get this under 58 minutes too. Oh, dang. All right, under 57:30 maybe or something.
Fast.
Very close. All right, sort up for Relkin. Get your GGs in chat. Looks like we are going to get a game 3 with these. Oh, Beer taking a hit. Well, it looks like we are going to get a game 3 with these guys.
Oh, that's perfect then. That's even better. I didn't even know that it was, yeah, we always want a game 3. More rando, better rando.
That's right. Make them schedule more. All right, there is Ganon blowing up for Beer. So sort up, get your GGs in chat for Beer. We'll see if we can get all 4 of these dudes in here to chat.
Yeah, literally just under 30 seconds, so insane. I don't think this race was ever like beyond 20 seconds like on either side. Well,
we counted 23 one time, but like, yeah, it was ish, yeah. So, I man, wild.
Oh, sick race though. Heck yeah. Yeah. More than certainly, I'm
Yeah.
sure they'll probably want to pop up, give us a chat. Speaking of, hello, GG.
Hello.
Hello.
GG's.
GG's.
Well, congrats on winning. I gave the play of the game to the other team. Like, you guys don't get it.
Was it
So,
Mulborn 2 hover?
It was, because
Of
playing to the
course.
win condition, of course, I had to. But no, seriously, both of you guys, like, both teams played this, like, super well. Like, just some really good strats out of both of you. I guess, like, you know, I want to know from Will, like, how chaotic, as we've got Beer and Moogle here as well. GG's, guys.
Yo.
Jeez.
GG's great rice, guys.
Yeah, GG's.
GG.
All right, so I guess we got both pilots and both runners here. So I guess, like, pilots, I want to ask, like, early game, like, this kind of felt like a potentially chaotic one to deal with. Like, start with, like, Will. How did you kind of navigate through that to begin with?
So, you know, we saw Kakariko. It's like, just go there. Everything's in Kakariko, you know, boots and hookshot and plenty of other stuff. And then started kind of routing out, like, where's the gloves and the hammer? Okay. Well, that sucks. Okay. Where's the mirror? Okay, that sucks. Okay. Where's the fire rod? Okay, that sucks. Yeah. Where are all the swords? Oh, they all suck too. Okay, great. But at least they were accessible. And the bows were ridiculous. Yeah. No, they're like, everything was just like, okay. We're going to be doing just every single corner of the game today is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and go to Catfish.
Including, you know, you still get the go up to TR to get your fire rod out of TR, and then you go back inside to get your book, and then you go back up the mountain again to get ether tablets so you can get to flute. Like, who comes up with this, man?
Yeah.
We were really struggling as to whether or not that mirror was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I think in retrospect, I'm starting to think that it might be.
Yeah, you saved the entire desert trip and the entire right side mountain. Like, those two combined at least balances it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought, because I'm just looking now for the first time to see what the 5.6s are. So, with Skullwoods and TR.
Yeah.
It's just a question, like, you're going to basically double dip the CAC area then. But you skipping all of that desert stuff just feels so good. And you just can easily do Mire into desert and stuff. And we were actually going back and forth on that for quite a bit as to whether or not that was the way to go. And then I think, like, a couple of minor things that we discussed that were probably wrong at the end was the Super Bunny dip shot cave. We just forgot about the death warp out of the right side TR. That probably cost us time. And then not getting bombos before going to get purple chests was also pretty painful. But
yeah,
I think other than that, it was like, oh crap, boots are like 5 seconds in, just go get it and we'll figure it out on the fly.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
You don't mind like a boots and flute early seed where you can just like go to all the things and get them, but when you have to like think about what is the fastest way to get to, say, Catfish or Pyramid Ledge that were both required, when you only have, you know, Mit's Dark World access at the start, like those are things that suck the mental energy out of you, and so you don't have much time to figure it out as you would like.
So, Will, was it your idea to get the flippers and then utilize the portal near, I guess, like Dark Shopping Mall to make that happen, or was that kind of just a happenstance moment?
It was. I was deciding. So once we got the Dark World access, I was like, do we want to go south route or north route? I knew we needed to go south at least once to get over to Stumpy. We didn't have to come back for Cave 45 or anything like that. Hype Cave was nice to knock out just for the. I think there was a powder and a pod small in there. So basically, it was just like, you know what? Let's just go south. Let's get that Thieves Big now. We can go. You know, it'll buy me a little time to route once we get into Thieves Town because there's nothing in there. It's just go clear a dungeon. But we can do that on the way to Purple Chest and getting bombos. So like, that was kind of the thinking there, was just like, let's just do that and get over there. If I had realized, like, I think I hadn't realized at that time that the TR key on Pyramid was like hard required to not double dip TR. Because I just hadn't, there were so many other things to be checking for that I hadn't even gotten to. Like, I thought we were going later to TR than we were. So, we ended up making a special trip for that, but at least we were able to route it in after Hammer, so it's, not really, not great, but it's not a whole lot worse than it could have been.
Right. Moogle, I want to ask you this because, we talked about this. You're pretty decorated as far as piloting goes, winning 2 of the spoiler pilot tournaments. So, like, was it a calculated move for you guys to do the mountain before the Pearl, and like try to forego? Like, were you able to process all of that and know that, okay, well, the only things that are up on Dark Mountain we don't need until we come back up? Like, was that calculated or just kind of worked out?
No, it was calculated. So
yeah, Moogle solved that.
He was able to buy enough time to do the back of escape, and then I'm like, okay, we can't get to the mountain without flute, so like just go save the old man, because that'll buy me like a minute of time to figure this out. And then like he has the old man, and I'm like, oh man, you got to go to Eastern, but like, do you actually need anything in Dark Death Mountain? Because the flippers are there and the ether's there, which you need, but do you need those now? And like, I don't know, I don't think you need anything from Swamp, because I had figured out that Race Game, I think Race Game had the Swamp key or something.
Oh yeah.
Was not needed, or so I was like,
yeah,
I don't think you actually need that. Like, just do it later. So,
I was gonna say you might have noticed a little bit of we left Tavern and then dilly-dallied about for a second. That was me trying to figure out if we actually needed it, which is a tough thing to figure out like 90 seconds into a seed. If you're going to need any of the items out of a Pendant Swamp Palace,
especially if Harris Mulkey was in there.
Right.
So yeah, I sussed it out on the way up, and it was like, listen, all you need is Paradox. I don't remember what was in the lower Paradox stuff. I feel like maybe oh no, that was the ice tea that you needed for.
It was optional.
Yeah.
But then the iced tea room sucks, so I think that was
optional.
Iced tea. Desert Big.
It was a hard container and ice small. So
yeah, the ice small that helps you get to iced tea.
I mean, from me and Axe perspective, I mean, you guys both finished on 6 hearts, and the way the seed kind of played out a couple times, I think that heart container was more essential than the ice palace small key.
Yeah, it was more about routing. Like, hey, there's a heart there too. Like, it's gonna help you route. You get extra health. Like, you're not gonna have blue mail for a little bit. Like, just go get it.
Yeah, we also worked out this morning. If you have 6 hearts, you can do NMG Vidi. Or you can attempt it at least, but if you have 5, you can't. So
yeah, you can do it on 5. Oh, I'm
well,
sorry.
You can. I can't.
Oh no. Yeah, 5. It is possible with 5, but you have to make sure you do it perfectly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely
it's a fight
safer with 6 and above. Yeah.
But I almost got it. I was kind of like, hey, something we didn't actually do in practice. So.
Yeah, I didn't get it in a way I'd never like not gotten it before. It was kind of weird, but it's fine.
A couple other questions that we have to know. It's like super important. Beer, you guys decided to do desert first, and Will and Relkin, you guys were in Meyer first. So, Will, did you get like the Landmo 1 patterns and relay those, or
no, not nearly that
I
hard.
don't know how you got it there if you did.
I know you did, Will. It's okay. That was like that was my your play of the game. That was really sick to do that for Relkin.
Yeah. There was actually a small goof there where, Relkin was asking me, like, hey, does it make sense? Can I get any safeties or anything before I go into Meyer, just in case for this Vidi fight? And I figured out the Berna, like, with the route that we had to go through desert, was, like, free to grab about 3 seconds after he had just gone through the portal into, like, in Meyer area. And it's like, well, what am I going to do now? Just go. I'm not even going to tell you about it now because you're just going to be mad.
I was going to ask you. I was like, did you tell him? So funny.
Oh, my God.
Obviously, I told him later because we did pick it up, but yeah.
It wasn't there, though, when he was going into Meyer. It appeared there.
No,
so,
exactly, yeah. It was unlocked after we beat Vidi.
That's awesome.
Who put this there?
Another thing to bring up, sorry, real fast, is just I want to ask Beer and Moogle, I called the hover the play of the game because it really put you guys right back on top of them. So was that all right, we know our standing, go for it, or was that, or were you just vibing like, I'm gonna hover this?
Well, I told him at the beginning, because during practice we've been just like really calm and like, hey, go do this. Okay, great, I'm done. Now what? And like I was like, I want that vibe to be during this race. I don't want to be all high strung and screaming at the mic like we were last time. And so I told him not to tell me our status like the whole race. And then when we were in the climb, he's like, all right, I got to tell you something, but it's going to give it away. Go for it. It's like, can you hover? or like, can you hover today? I'm like, yeah, I'll try. Okay, let's do it.
You should have said, did you not see me in Paradox Cave? Like I hovered that.
That was kind of like an on the fly call. I wasn't planning to hover that at all.
It was specific about Moldorm. I'm like, can you hover Moldorm right now? And he's like, sure, let's do it. Okay, good luck, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's even more impressive. You got it after your, pilot saying that to you. Because if I heard that from my pilot, I would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna crap myself, man."
I think the adrenaline fired as soon as he said it, but it didn't soak in until the Ganon fight started. Because I actually felt my hands cramping immediately as soon as the first slash. I'm like, "Oh, okay,
no.
This is the muscle memory kicking in. Let's just shut off our brain and let things happen during this fight."
Yeah.
No, it was good. I'm glad it was, super close either way, but I'm a little bit curious. I guess we probably just like bled time here and there, second at a time kind of deal. If I were to guess, like besides like the bombos early, I don't see a huge difference in the route, especially without the mirror that we could have had between them. So I'm really curious if there was anything like major.
I mean, it looked like very close the whole way through. You lost that like time in Hera, I guess.
That was a lot of time actually.
Yeah.
But for like there was really no everything was very, very minor.
Yeah. And my helmet fight was actually really bad too. But...
We definitely had a couple of little minor moments. I think both of us did. Just like Relkin forgetting to grab the magic on the way up through the climb, and like
that made it.
I was
close.
trying. We routed early to the sword and boomerang chest, which probably was not as good. But I was sitting there thinking like, oh well, we need that Eastern big key in Dark Cross, and we can just do back of escape with that, and then we can steal the key, and then oh wait, we don't actually need the Eastern big key. Never mind, we're doing this just for a sword. Okay, bye. Yeah.
Yeah, early
with the boots.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do the boost.
You both got like your first two swords for both of you were the complete opposite pairs from the other team, so you guys got all different
we
swords.
instantly knew where all four were without even checking the log, so that was like cool.
Wait, where was the other sword? Oh, Eastern. That's what
Eastern
you just said.
Vicky.
Yeah. That's hilarious, actually. Oh man.
Well, kind of looking ahead, let's put you guys at 1-1. So we're going to game 3, and it looks like I believe it's going to be Julo and Moogle, if I'm looking at this right, and Relkin and Humbug. So y'all have already played. Oh, it's not on the website. Oh no, I think I played Retrance for game 1, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Who gets to pick the mode?
Beats.
They do.
We do.
Yeah,
what are you picking?
Gotta be. It's gotta be Randomizer, right?
Oh, all right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I mean, the prospect of facing Relkin and Humbug in an ADC just doesn't sound right. I don't know. We'll talk about it and we'll post it, but it's probably leading Randomizer.
I'm gonna pick Calming again with Will.
Yeah, same.
That's a good pick too.
It seems safest.
Yeah. No enemies being shuffled around or Aghanim fights,
It's just Twitch chat shuffled around at that point.
Oh, sick. That's exciting. Love watching Randomizer. So yeah, pick that one. It's more fun to watch. Not that my opinion matters at all.
Well, I gotta watch too, so you guys should pick that one.
Well, GG's again on both sides. I mean, like I said, both teams played a heck of a race, and looking forward to seeing you guys playing Game 3. You know, you guys are really good, all of you, and you know, here we are, top 8. So trying to punch a ticket to top 4 as far as the teams go. So best of luck to both of you guys.
Yeah, thanks. GG's
Thank you,
again,
sir.
and thanks for comms tracking and the restream.
Yep. Thanks so much, guys, and GG's again.
GG.
Well, Ack, man, this was crazy. I laughed, I cried a little bit. I did everything.
Pooped? Yeah, it was everything.
Yeah, that's something. But shout out to Workjig for tracking for us. I really appreciate him doing this tonight. Did a great job, and thank you guys for watching. And we will, I guess, see you guys hopefully on the next one. Thanks again, Ack, and we'll see you guys later on.